My name is Stephanie Odia. Welcome to this episode of the Bridge 360 Show. The Bridge 360 Show is a program that provides useful information that will bridge the communication gap between the public and government in providing critical infrastructure, economic development through its ministries, departments, and agencies. Our focus this week is on the Transmission Company of Nigeria and its continuous efforts to expand the national grid. We will be back after this short break to stay with us. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. In an extraordinary milestone achievement, the Nigerian power grid has recorded an unparalleled period of stability in the history of the power sector, operating without any major disruptions or systems collapse for an impressive span of more than 400 consecutive days and counting. This milestone signifies a remarkable advancement in the nation's effort at strengthening its power infrastructure and ensuring a more reliable electricity supply to distribution load centers for onward distribution to electricity customers nationwide. The sustained stability and reliability of the Nigerian power grid can be attributed to a combination of strategic measures and investments in the power system by the management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria. Some of the key elements that have contributed to this remarkable accomplishment includes the configuration and enforcement of free governor control and an effective under-frequency relay scheme, amongst others. The configuration and activation of the primary reserve in coordination with power stations and in line with the provisions in the grid code have led to a robust monitoring and enforcement mechanism for generating station compliance after activating the governor control. This innovative approach, known as the free governor mode of operation, automatically adjusts generation in response to frequency changes, ensuring stability, reliability, and reduced transmission losses. The under-frequency relay scheme counters the challenges which are posed by occasional generation shortfalls and resultant frequency declines. Now, TCN implemented a strategic deployment of under-frequency relay scheme. This scheme operates in critical stages to prevent frequency-related disruptions by initiating circuit breaker trips or alerting network operators, thereby averting system collapse. And TCN in-house engineers also deployed the IoT VPN for enhanced grid visibility by creating an interim solution utilizing IoT sensors and devices. This real-time monitoring capability aids proactive issue identification, preventing potential disruptions. Now, efforts are ongoing to expand this visibility by incorporating additional transmission stations through IoT integration. And TCN has successfully carried out several infrastructure upgrades, the N1 contingencies, transforming the grid from a radar network to a loop system through massive investment in construction and dualization of critical circuits, comprehensive modernization of transmission infrastructure, including commissioning new transmission stations and installing power transformers, has reinforced grid resilience and operational flexibility. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adekola Adelabu, was received by the management and staff of the Ministry of Power and its agencies at the Powerhouse in Abuja. The minister resumed duty after his swearing-in by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Director HRM, Mrs. Victoria Adeosu, and Director TST, Engineer Dr. Amen. Well, standing. Oh, let's go.
Power is dear to our nation. It's a sector that is very critical. And since His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came on board, we have also noticed that the power sector is also critical to his mind.
Of course.
Every occasion that he has had to make a speech, he has often reflected on the power sector.
Yeah.
So we know that he has it as a top sector on his agenda. And so when we heard the announcement that you are coming here, we were not surprised. So it means that His Excellency, Mr. President, knows the energetic leadership that is required. Yeah. And that is why he has appointed you, sir. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we are here gathered. This is a welcome reception.
Yeah.
So you don't need to take a lot of notes.
At all.
The directors, the CEOs of the agencies are here. After this, we will sit together and make a schedule where they will now come one by one to make a more detailed presentation to you, sir.
Of course.
And at that point, we'll also be showing you all the high points and all the critical issues, and there are many that have been pending and waiting for you. But we assure you that you have a team of people that are ready to support and to work with you to ensure that your work is made light, and to ensure that the mandate that His Excellency Mr. President has given you will support you to achieve it. And by God's grace, we believe that you will be one of those ministers that will be celebrated.
Thank you very much.
Well, item number 4 was the handing over notes of the ministry to the Honorable Minister.
Yeah.
So, Honorable Minister, as I stated earlier, it's 2 volumes. So this is symbolic handing over.
Thank you very much. May I,
Volume 1 and 2.
Volume 1 and 2.
Yes, sir.
with the permission,
Wow.
with your permission, sir, I'll show you now for your remarks.
The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Power, all the directors here present within the ministry, and all the heads of agencies and parastatals, the entire staff of Federal Ministry of Power and its subsidiaries, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually my pleasure to be here this afternoon. Like Madam here mentioned that she welcomed me to their ministry this afternoon. Now it has become our ministry. My name is Abdulwahid Adebayo Adekola Adelabu. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for affording me this exceptional opportunity to serve as the Minister of Power in his administration. I recognize that there are numerous deserving and qualified Nigerians for this role. I'm truly humbled that the President has entrusted me with this vital task as we collectively envision the growth and prosperity of our nation. Our purpose here today, as the custodians of the Ministry of Power, is to diligently provide optimal solutions for Nigerians' power needs across the nation. This task is not merely a requirement, but an expectation from both our presidents and Nigerian populace who have endured years of power challenges. Anything short of performance is not acceptable to Nigerians. And they are already running out of patience. The expectation is high for this administration. We cannot go back to the story of how we got to this administration. We were all alive. And the president said we should not pity him, that he wanted this job and he got it. But we all know that he cannot do it alone. It is human beings that he's going to use. So the man is not going to take any excuse from anybody. In fact, at the inauguration ceremony today, he challenged us and he said he was going to hold us responsible for performance. That is not only to put us on our toes, but it's also to inspire us to achieve so much within the short time that we have. And I'm confident that you all join me in this train. And this team will be successful at the end of the day. Amen. Key to our success will be an unwavering dedication to efficiency and collaboration. We will foster robust partnerships between the private and public sectors, working collectively to enhance our nation's economic and social well-being. Our focus will extend to aspects of life that truly matter, from households to small businesses, educational institutions, to massive industrial productions and beyond. All these entities actually have a high expectation of power supply from this administration. Turning around our economy. If it works, I believe Nigeria's problem is solved at least 50%. So we don't have a choice. We must make it work. And must last you know that I don't take up a job and joke or play with it. Mine is to achieve success. I was once deputy governor in Central Bank of Nigeria for almost 5 years. You can go and check it out there. Out of 4 directorates in Central Bank, I headed 3 directorates. My records are there. I'm proud of the success I made of my stay in Central Bank. I want to replicate the same thing here, and it will happen. It will happen. For the president to agree to make a non-engineer as minister of power is a display of confidence in my ability. It's a show of trust in what I'm capable of doing, and I will not disappoint him. As a significant goal is the universal metering of households and addressing the challenges faced by our national power grid. We will equally pay critical attention to options of renewable and alternative energies. The world is indeed going towards this direction, and Nigeria must not be left behind. As much as possible, we will leverage on the power of technology and the bursting energies of our talented youths to achieve our desired objectives. This will be pursued by ensuring robust handshakes between the ministries, information communication technology apparatus, and the emerging technological ideas of young Nigerians to accelerate the envisaged transformation. Through this, we are convinced we will deliver services that will match the speed and values that the 21st century economy demands. So as we march towards our objectives, I extend my gratitude, like I mentioned earlier, to dedicated individuals who have served and continue to serve this ministry, to past honorable ministers, to the permanent secretaries, the directors, and the entire civil and public service. I commend your efforts. Yes, I want to say thank you. You have actually laid the foundation for us to build upon. We'll leverage on everything you have put in place. And the little that is required for the results to show, we must not shy away in doing that. So all eyes are on us. I want to plead with you. I want to beg you. I want to inspire you. I want to motivate you. Everything that you want me to do to ensure that we work as a team. Because a house that is divided against itself, so in unity we stand. Thank you very much.
TCN has received a recognition award for performance from the Bureau for Public Service Reform. The award was presented by the Director General of the Bureau for Public Service Reforms, Dasuki Arabi.
My team from BPSR, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is heartwarming for us to be with you this morning to present the results of the self-assessment tool that were deployed in your agency. Permit me to take an opportunity to appreciate the Managing Director for open arms that he gave to us, welcome us despite all the feelings that he had. He at the end agreed to open the agency for us. And I'm assuring you, Mr. MD, you will stand to benefit out of this engagement. The self-assessment tool was introduced in 2015 to enable public institutions move forward with the way they manage the affairs of their organizations. The essence of it all is to give space for government to assess the performance of ministries, departments, and agencies, and to assess areas where they need to re-strategize and get them moving on their activities. This exercise provided the opportunity to discover the strength and weakness of TCN's operations, process, and systems. In addition, the process enabled us to identify opportunities the agency needs to explore for improvement, as well as recommend actions to address gaps identified in its current systems and processes that do not measure up to against good practice for effective and efficient public service administration. Contrary to the initial doubts expressed over the real intention behind the deployment, the understanding received across the divide in the course of the process was able to guide the staff that represented TCN in the administration of the tool to provide accurate response to the 100 statements of good practice from 9 domain areas. It is imperative to state here that the whole procedure of the self-assessment tool deployed in TCN, facilitated by BPSR, went through necessary quality assurance and validation, where relevant arms of the agency were demanded to provide necessary documentary evidences to sustain claims made by TCN at both stages of the assessment. It is a well-known fact that no nation can experience tangible industrial revolution without wide implementation and availability of electricity. Emerging from the unbundling of the defunct NEPA as government-owned electricity utility company in Nigeria, responsibility for ensuring that the transmission grids lines are reliable and maintained, and the technical stability of the grid through its operations, planning, dispatch, and control of electricity on the grid. TCN is significantly pivoted to the quest of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration to recover, remodel the economy of Nigeria for speedy growth and development. Consequently, the determination of the agency to move intentionally with the recommendations contained in the SAT report will significantly enhance its capacity to support and move the government forward. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, suffice to mention that this engagement is not designed to be a one-off activity. The Bureau will ensure we return in due course to ascertain that all the findings from the assessment have been received and are being implemented. As an engine room of reform, we'll be willing to assist TCN technically and otherwise where necessary in the implementation of the various actions prioritized in the report to sustain this achievement. We are also available 24 hours, Oga, to give you any support that you think we can give in addressing some of the challenges that we have identified. As I conclude, permit me to thank the Managing Director, management, and staff of TCN once more for embracing SAT, for the warm hospitality we receive at all stages. We thank you very much for the wonderful opportunity. Considering the fact that your institution is a vehicle for the delivery of good governance, it became expedient to put in place appropriate mechanisms to facilitate regular evaluation of your performance for continued improvement and relevance. Against this background and in line with the federal government's directives to our agency to deploy self-assessment tool in TCN, the overall objective of the exercise was to identify TCN's strength and weakness as a first step towards ensuring the agency is fit for purpose and optimal performance. Let me provide a summary of our findings. We have discovered in the course of our work that there is no conflict or duplication of roles between the function of TCN and any relevant department in the ministry supervising your activity. TCN has developed standard operating procedures to guide operations and activities which support delivery of strategic objectives, services, and ensure staff carry out their routine activities. TCN has financial management systems and procedures that comply with relevant government accounting policies and standards. TCN has clear system of accountability with clearly defined responsibilities and delegation of authority on who has the control of procurement decisions. TCN, we notice, has established and implements a human resource management policy with objective criteria for recruitment, career development, promotion, remuneration, reward, and assignment of managerial functions. TCN, we notice, have developed and managed appropriate partnership agreements through stimulating and organizing task-specific partnerships and implement joint projects with public sector organizations that belong to the same policy and service group. Overall performance. At the end of the self-assessment tool, the validation assessment and the in-depth analysis of TCN's operations, process, and systems, your performance is 68.18% and is therefore rated as silver organization that meets all expectations. This means that TCN's performance consistently meets expectations in all essential areas of responsibility, and the quality of work is generally good. The most critical organizational goals are met constantly. It is imperative to note that the whole process of the assignment was free from both internal and external influence. Congratulations to the Managing Director, the management, and staff of TCN for this wonderful achievement. Good morning.
We have received both the report and the blog which your organization presented to TCN. I assure you that we are going to go through the report, we are going to look at it, and any place that we are lacking behind, I promise you we are going to improve. The management is going to have a meeting. We are going to set up committees to look at this report carefully and come out with the ways that we can operate better than we are. I also want to thank our people, our staff, that at least we have scored 68.1 or 0.2%. This is very good. It's a pass mark, but we can do better. So all this is just because we have a dedicated staff. Without efficient, educated staff, we cannot achieve this. So we will continue to train our staff, and we are going to continue to do the right thing. Thank you very much, DG.
And this is where we draw the curtain on today's episode of the Bridge 360 show. Do make it a date with us on this channel, same time next week. Please follow us on all of our various social media handles. We would appreciate your likes and comments. And we have also made this package available in languages such as Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa for your viewing pleasure. The information displayed on your screen tells you when and where they are. My name is Stephanie Odia. Bye for now.